Welcome to Western Water Weekly. This is your weekly roundup of water news reported by western-water.com. Each Sunday, we break down what happened across the Colorado River Basin states. Our goal is to make complex water issues clear and relevant for laypeople. Let's get started.
On February 14th, 2026, the United States Department of the Interior announced it will move forward with new operating guidelines for the Colorado River. The 7 basin states failed to reach a full agreement before a key federal milestone. The current rules expire at the end of the 2026 water year. Federal officials say they cannot wait any longer. The Colorado River supplies water to 40 million people, supports 5.5 million acres of farmland, generates more than 8 billion kilowatt hours of electricity each year, and serves 30 tribal nations and 2 Mexican states. Public comments on the federal plan are being accepted until March 2nd. New rules are scheduled to take effect October 1st, 2026. The era of waiting appears to be over.
So who's surprised there? All of us who follow this stuff just knew that the Colorado River Basin states were not going to make that February 14 deadline. So that's going to be fun. Let's take a look at what each side is saying.
On February 13th, the lower basin governors of Arizona, California, and Nevada announced they are offering significant reductions. Arizona has proposed cutting 27% of its allocation. California has proposed 10%. Nevada, nearly 17%. Together, that equals 1.5 million acre-feet annually. The upper basin states, Colorado, Wyoming, New Mexico, and Utah, had a different take. They emphasized that their water supply depends on snowpack and annual runoff. They described their approach as living within the river's natural limits. Arizona officials have indicated that legal action under the 1922 Compact is possible if consensus fails.
The bottom line is this. The lower basin states are saying we're conserving as much as we possibly can. The upper basin states are saying, look, you can only use as much water as you have. And then there's legal issues, not only just documents, but senior water rights. In the West, it's basically this: first in time, first in right. Have fun. That takes us to the Imperial Irrigation District, and they put out a press release. Let's see what they had to say.
The Imperial Irrigation District holds some of the most senior water rights on the Colorado River, dating back to 1901. The district holds 3.1 million acre-feet per year, including 2.6 million acre-feet of present perfected rights. Under the law of the river, senior rights are satisfied first during shortages. Imperial officials say growers have conserved more than 9.1 million acre-feet since 2003 through voluntary programs. At the same time, the district made clear it is prepared to defend its legal position, if necessary.
So these are the basic issues. You've got conservation, you have legal seniority, first in time, that's called priority, and then complicating all of it is a snow drought.
The February 12th United States Drought Monitor shows worsening drought across the West. Snowpack in much of Colorado and Wyoming is below the 15th percentile for mid-February. Some areas are reporting single-digit percentiles. Utah and Nevada are also experiencing critically low snow water equivalent levels. Temperatures have been 5 to 15 degrees above normal in parts of the interior West, limiting snow accumulation. Snowpack is the Colorado River's first reservoir. When it underperforms, Lake Powell and Lake Mead feel it months later.
So this year feels a little bit different because there's this underlying tension of just not enough snow. The hydrology is not working. You've got legal complications. Everybody is now talking about lawsuits. But there's actually good news in the mix. And this comes from agriculture. One of the river's biggest water users might actually be a part of the solution.
A 2025 peer-reviewed study suggests alfalfa could function as a flexible crop during drought. Instead of eliminating the crop, researchers propose summer deficit irrigation, pausing irrigation after July 1st and allowing alfalfa to go dormant during peak heat. Because alfalfa tolerates dry periods, it can resume growth when irrigation returns. Researchers estimate that broad adoption could reduce alfalfa water use by 16 to 50% in the Southwest. That could mean saving billions of cubic meters annually. Economic feasibility depends on water market values and local water law.
This is good thinking because it's a little bit more balanced, not just ripping farmland out of production, destroying people's livelihoods, not blaming agriculture like so many are apt to do, but it's about adjusting the timing, creating a little bit of flexibility, letting people stay in business, and saving water at the same time. So moving from the farms, let's go to the forests because the federal agencies are rewriting participation rules.
The United States Forest Service has proposed major changes to its project objection process. Public comment periods for environmental assessments would drop from 30 days to 10 days. For environmental impact statements, from 45 days to 20 days. Objection periods would also be shortened. Extensions would no longer be allowed. Legal notices would move from newspapers to agency websites. Page limits would be imposed on objections. Public comments are due March 9th, 2026.
Supporters who are sick and tired of all the regulations say this is a good thing. It's going to move wildfire mitigation much faster. Critics are saying, wait, 10 days, that's not enough time to give a decent response to these plans. So either way, we'll just see what happens. We have a link at westernwater.com where you could go comment yourself and say what you want to say about it. So the next thing is also something kind of practical.
Arizona has completed 4 projects to address PFAS in drinking water ahead of federal deadlines. PFAS are commonly referred to as forever chemicals. Rather than installing expensive treatment systems, the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality connected small water systems to larger municipal systems that already meet federal standards. The mitigation projects were in partnership with the city of Globe and the town of Star Valley. The projects cost approximately $1.07 million and now provide compliant drinking water to more than 300 residents. Officials say the interconnection approach reduces financial burdens on small communities while meeting federal health standards.
So sometimes just following common sense, making the right connections instead of trying to rewrite the rules and rewrite all the tech, just using common sense can get things done. So finally, we've got another story here where water and energy are intertwined. And again, there's the theme of cutting down on all of the red tape and regulations.
A bipartisan bill introduced February 11th would streamline hydropower development at Bureau of Reclamation facilities. Currently, some projects require approval from both the Bureau of Reclamation and the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. The proposed legislation would grant reclamation exclusive permitting authority for certain projects, reducing what lawmakers describe as duplicative review. The Bureau operates 53 hydroelectric plants and is the second largest producer of hydropower in the United States.
So here's the bottom line. I think you're going to see more and more lawsuits or, well, who knows, maybe something will happen with the Colorado River negotiations. Snowpack is awful this year. Agriculture might have some new flexibility if people listen to reason. And finally, if we start looking at practical solutions, cutting down the red tape, maybe some things will get done. So until next week, that's our show. Bye.
That wraps up this week's Western Water Weekly. All of the stories we covered are reported in full at western-water.com. Be sure to check back next Sunday for our next roundup. Thanks for watching.